before Destiny was released, I was thinking about, the fact that this game was going to be a shared world experience. It wasn't exactly an open world MMO, but it was going to be something like Journey, where people could drop in, drop out, join a game, and whatnot. And that got me thinking about this specific thing, where let's say you're on a quest and you're really struggling to get through this quest. Like, you just can't beat these people. You and your friend just, they keep dying. You can't get through this part. And then one time when you're just bashing your head against this wall of enemies, this third guy just comes out of nowhere, and just because of him, you guys are able to get through, and everything's excellent. You go through the rest of the quest, the guy sticks with you, you all get the loot at the end, everyone's happy. I thought that was going to be an amazing part of Destiny that was going to be like a core experience. Like, you get to share adventures with other people. That's something that Destiny and Bungie, just everything seemed to align with that. And then the game came out. And honestly, it seems like there was only... I don't want to be down, because actually, this is something that did get to happen, because the Vault of Glass was something where you get into the place, you start the raid, but it sets you on an instance of an actual, like, Venus hub world, where other people are around and doing their own thing. And your challenge is to hold these little, like, sync plates, these little points on the map, for a certain length of time without losing them to the enemy, in order to actually open the vault and continue on with the actual raid. Now, what made this great, and what I wish Bungie would bring this back in other DLCs and other raids, is because that's actually how I got into doing raids. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any person that I could talk to. All my friends were either on the Xbox, PC, or just didn't like Destiny because there was absolutely no story and no reason to play. So, me being a stubborn little fool, I stuck around, and I was on Venus just kind of doing my own thing, looking for something to do, when I came across this group of people doing the first part of the raid. And I was kind of jealous. I'm like, oh, of course, these guys are all together and they can get the raid done, and I'm over here just wishing I could be with them. And I noticed that they can't hold the sync plates. They can't. For some reason, one would always be lost here or there. And I'm like, you know what? I've got nothing better to do. I'm going to go and help these people and do my good deed for the day. So, without further ado, I rush up, I jump on a point, and I help them hold it down for long enough to open the door. And we hold it down. It wasn't easy because I was under-leveled, and those Minotaurs, those giant flipping grenade-launching sons of guns, just, they killed me in like one hit. It was very difficult. But I helped them, and they got into the vault. And I was thinking really good of myself, I watched them go in, I was feeling all proud because they were struggling and I helped them out, and I got to live that little fantasy that I had in my mind, at least a little bit, of helping out people with this kind of stuff, It was something I wanted to do, and I actually got to do it. So, I left, I was leaving, and one of the guys must have gotten my username or must have done it, and they sent me an invite to their party, and subsequently their actual, like, in-game party. And we didn't complete the raid that day. I was too underleveled. We didn't have enough damage to actually go through with it, but we did get, actually, no, this was before they fixed the Templar, or whatever the heck the thing was, the giant Hydra. They hadn't fixed it yet to where if you threw damage over time grenades, area of effect, damage over time, it would push the thing off a cliff. I remember doing that. That was fun. But yeah, it's just, that was the cool thing about it, I helped out, and that's how I got into the raid, and it was a kind of natural thing. It didn't feel forced. I didn't go into an option, click a button, and got forced into this group. I didn't go to an external website and say, please invite Has Gallahorn and Mike. I didn't do that. I just helped these people out, and they invited me, and we had a great time. Now, it's something that Bungie seems to not care about or doesn't do at all. It's something they don't really think about. It's something that would be easy to do, just because if until the raid layer here in Destiny 2, all the other raids have had a starting point where they would naturally be in the hub world. Like what was it? The Dark Below raid had it off to the side on the moon's hellmouth. Like you could easily have made it so that other people could get up with you and maybe go down and go through that and help you with the last part of it, you know, just for fun, just have a bit of community gathering here in the pit of hell. You've also got the Taken King raid. What was it? King's Fall. I hate that raid. It was way too complicated. Took way too long. But it started at that little Arena of Crota or whatever the heck it was, the Council of Elders kind of thing, where you fight really powerful hive bosses. And it started there, and you could have had it where the community could come together and help these guys continue on with their raid. Just things like that need to happen a lot more if Destiny's going to survive. It needs a sense of community, because even if your gameplay sucks, if the community can have fun and stay together, the game survived this long because us fans just don't want to see it die. You know, which like we like the lore, we like what little good there is about Destiny, and we want to see it get better. That's why we're still here. That's why I bought the flippin' season pass back when I thought you guys were gonna expand on the progress you made in Destiny 1, and you didn't. So, yeah, just please, for the love of God, just make ways for the community to just naturally work with each other. And I'm not talking about the crap, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. The little things that happen in the open world where like a mine drops out of the sky and you all public events. That's simple. Not the public events. Those are way too easy, and it doesn't feel like you're actually helping out. You're just there shooting at people for maybe a chance at an exotic. Like it doesn't, it's not that big of a challenge. It's not like you're actually helping anybody specifically. You're not being a good person. You're just there. Now, maybe if something that I've been thinking about that would be nice is if perhaps you, let's say you have the public events. You have the heroic public events. Now, perhaps you had maybe a Nightfall event where maybe you do the heroic thing, and then if you complete another little challenge in the heroic thing, you enter into like a Nightfall challenge, where you complete the public event and you get the rewards for the public event, but then maybe the ghost or the resident talk guy, you know, the resident talking head tells you like, oh, the Cabal aren't finished mining, they're getting ready to do another attack, go and destroy their fleet of mining ships. And so you go, you run to the point, and then it loads you up, and it gets you with the people you were doing the public event with. Maybe have a limit on 6 or so, but if there was... Try to put it into groups of 6, but if, say, there's 7, just mix them in. You know, there has to be increments of 6, and if not, you kind of just split them into the groups of 6. Either way, you don't want to exclude anybody or make it externally difficult on someone just because they drew the short straw and didn't get with a group of 6. Now, that's something you gotta do. Another good thing, and then you go through, you destroy the ships, you have little challenges along the way. Excuse me. And at the end of it all, you get some epic loot, you know? A guaranteed exotic. You know, this thing shouldn't be simple. It's got, like, Nightfall modifiers, it's difficult, you gotta think, you gotta work together. It should be an event, not a thing that happens and it's the best thing to do because you can get an exotic by doing it. Just that, those are my thoughts. That's the little story I had in terms of, you know, Destiny and how it works for me. And this wasn't scripted. I had a whole script here on the side I was gonna read, but ultimately I just decided to ramble on instead and give my thoughts on everything. So if you really enjoyed this, if you want me to continue doing more, I would be happy to do so. Really happy to do so. And Other than that, you know what to do if you want to stick around and hear more from me. You can comment below, tell me I suck, and yeah, that's it. Y'all have an excellent day.